Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Great news, friends. It's Expanse Day, the best day of the week. And today we're going to be watching The Expanse Season 4, Episode 3, Subduction. Nothing to it but to do it, friends. Before we get started, though, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out the channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's Expanse Day. And of course, if there's anything that we do, The Expanse included, that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. Additional note, it's difficult to get things onto YouTube, all the great things I want to show you about The Expanse. So if you ever wonder everything I say, Patreon's where you want to be, my friends. But all that is then, and this is now. And now, it's the best day of the week, Expanse Day, as we watch Season 4, Episode 3, Subduction. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go. Here's a question that I've had for literally ever and haven't asked it anywhere. Someone told me that the music is Norwegian. Does it have anything to do with The Expanse? I don't know what the actual, translated lyrics are. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Whole new world, friends. Whole new world.
Everybody back up.
This is going to go well.
My God, what?
There's a reckoning coming.
You gonna kill us all?
I think he would.
The lightning is moving in a straight line.
That's natural. Good. Yeah, it's heading right for the town.
Amos!
I'm here.
Oh my God.
What the hell was that?
Lightning.
In cold blood, and no one did anything.
The lightning blew this place up right after. First things last, I guess.
First things last.
Amos, keep a lid on the situation.
Okay, you want me to shoot Morty?
No, I don't want anyone to shoot anyone. Just do what you can.
Do you want me to murder for you, Jim? I will. Easy.
Amos, I'm gonna grab whatever spare power modules we've got on the road and join you there.
Come on, Naomi. You're not in shape to do this.
Secure our modules. No one lifts a finger to help them.
Okay. So that's how it's going to be. All right. Well, then when you're in up shit creek and they've got 10 paddles, we won't share. That's right. I'm with the Belters. Because Mercury is an asshole.
Miller knew or cared about us. He would have warned me about the settlement. Not sure I can trust him anymore.
No, we can't. We can't trust him. He's got his own agenda.
Naomi, we need to see if we can figure out how to turn off what I just turned on.
Naomi, you can't fight through this. What are you doing? Oh, this is bad. She's not going to give up, and she's going to... I'm trying to write down her vitals. That's how much I'm into this shit.
One strike every 3.71 seconds, exactly 3.22 kilometers apart. It's too consistent to be a natural phenomenon.
It's a defense mechanism.
Chief Mercury. He shot one of the Belters.
He's fucking crazy.
Sensors first picked it up here.
Of course, the structure.
I need to go there now.
I'm already there.
How did you get there so quickly?
Well,
I'll see you there.
No.
Doctor, it's really not necessary that
I'm coming. I'll be there soon.
okay. Oh, is it a light shuttle? That's really cool.
Secretary Avzarella is part of the old guard.
Oh, this is Earth, dummy. I'm like, wow, this is neat.
Everybody finally gets a fair chance. Denying people
Everybody
that
gets a
opportunity
pony
would be-
and a blowjob. She sounds like she's running for fucking prom queen. A nice, clean battle where I know who the real enemy is. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, Christian. Mars looks cool. Mars' sky, right, is turning blue. Is that what I'm seeing?
Can you get David to call me when he gets home?
Yeah, sure.
David,
I'm
where
sorry,
are you?
Bobby. I'm really sorry. Please don't tell my parents, but I need your help.
Okay, just slow down and tell me what happened.
I figured this was coming. Bobby fucking Draper on the way. Hey, how are you?
Where is he?
At least now I don't have to listen to him go on and on about you. It's fucking pathetic.
I need a lot more makeup if you don't tell me.
No, I love it.
Who are you, her dad?
I'm David's new full-time employer.
Oh, are you?
He's currently working off that debt. Till I'm paid, he isn't going anywhere.
This is bullshit.
How are you getting off this bench alive?
But you do have access to the military storage rooms at the shipyard. All you need to do is accidentally leave one of the security doors open.
Yeah, that's not happening, man.
What are you stealing?
That's none of your fucking business.
If it's weapons, I'm not going to help you hurt people.
It isn't weapons.
Why should I believe you?
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't. But this is your only chance to have any control of the situation.
Go fuck yourself, dude. I wish they would have brought Bobby. I really do. That's my one regret from this season so far. I've loved it. Wish Bobby was here.
These belter generators are old as shit. Lightning short of the junker out.
You're gonna need all new wiring. Oh, Amos, that means you're sleeping with the enemy if you're siding with the Belters. Man, if they ever recast Red Skull, my man here is a lock for the role. Get that time. Just take your time. We're watching. We're looking at this place with you. There is a reckoning brewing, friends, and this one's gonna be a biggin. Because Mr. Burton, I think Mr. Murtry might be a pretty much a badass.
We're sending the bar back through the ring. When we sell our ore, we'll have enough to buy years of supplies. Enough for all of us.
If they let you back through, man.
Yeah?
Murtry, they're coming for you, buddy.
Find someone else.
No. Hey, Lucia.
You are part of this. No, Scotty. Leave me out of it.
Oh my God, he's got listening devices. Shit. Shit. Still got juice somewhere. Naomi, be careful. She's just gonna keep going until she collapses. No, we can't keep using this.
I just fried an isolator. Do you have one I can borrow?
I'm all out, sorry.
Ah, the threat assessment of Amos Burton.
That's okay.
He's gonna go ask for one. They're supposed to provide. That was what Christian said. They would provide any materials that they need.
Stays here.
Well, you're not using it.
Murtry's orders.
You serious? It's a fucking generator.
And it's ours. Put it down now.
You're supposed to share with us.
All right, that's enough! That's enough!
Murtry said...
Yeah, I'll square it with Murtry. What the fuck, Amos? You like getting shot?
No.
Because you were about to.
Nah, you weren't.
Listen, Murtry is my boss. My job is to follow orders. So don't think I won't shoot you if you pull that kind of shit again.
You were tasked with helping this...
So does that mean we're not fucking anymore?
No, I guess.
Okay. So nothing's changed. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, friends, but weren't they tasked? They were the Rocinante was told, whatever you get there, they'll help you with whatever you need, provide any equipment you need. Is your letter of resignation?
It has been an honor to
Your
serve you.
resignation is accepted.
See ya.
There's been another incident, Anilis.
New Terra. That's what our citizens call it.
Get the fuck out of my office.
Whatever is out there, we'll deal with it because that is the history of our species.
Right up to the moment that our species ceases to exist.
Right.
I look forward to having this debate with you in public.
Let's do it. The problem is she's going to be able to promise 1,300 systems and not have any type of context as to how badly it could go. She'll be preaching hope and Christian will be preaching safety, and they're going to go with hope. Especially the people that are on like basic assistance have been wanting to work for generations. Bobby, you need to go get a gun and you need to level these people. You don't need your suit.
I want to report a kidnapping.
And what's the missing person's name?
David Draper.
A detective will see you now.
Miller walks out. Ah!
I understand you want to report a kidnapping? I'm Detective Esai Martin.
Of course.
The wild story about drug dealers kidnapping and extorting your nephew. Don't need focus drugs to know how that ends.
You're talking pretty loudly.
So you can control any of these?
Malfunctions happen all the time.
Or maybe they don't, and you'll have footage to keep blackmailing David and me.
Ah.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Come again for David or for me, bring a gun. I don't want to kill an unarmed man.
We'll do all we can to get your nephew back safe and sound.
Ah, thanks. I just want to go on the record and say fuck you, and you're a fucking drug dealer, and I'm going to scream that as I leave. But what about David, everyone says?
Several kilometers below.
Jesus. One hell of a circuit you connected.
Oh, Jesus, Alex.
You seem to know a lot more than you're telling me. Why is that?
Because I don't know you.
The lightning stopped.
Where?
The last strikes were at the chain of islands on the other side of the planet.
The exact other side? Wait, the exact, like through the planet from the structure? That's what I want to know. Is it like putting a pin through the planet? Oh, great. Lightning's over, but now we're going to have violent earth waves.
It felt like we just experienced an earthquake.
That's impossible. This planet has no tectonic activity.
How can you say anything's impossible on an alien world?
50-kilometer minimum separation. Do that, and I can pinpoint the source of the quake.
Okay.
50 kms? Okay. Yep, here's the first salvo.
You attacked some of my people here today.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you undermine my team's authority, you put everybody here in danger, including your own crew.
Is that a threat?
Is that a threat?
I love you, Amos.
I'm just making sure you understand the situation.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
Mercury.
He knows him.
The others don't get it yet, but I know what you are.
Here we go. Here we go.
What is that?
Killer.
A killer?
Fuck yeah, baby. Come on.
But the truth is, your dick got hard when you smoked that guy in front of everybody.
You like it.
From one killer to another, you don't want to try that shit with my people.
Someday I think you and I are going to end up bloody.
Let's do it now, buddy.
How about now?
Come on, everyone. As bad as it is, I am in Amos Burton's head. I love it. I love that motherfucker. I love that character.
You've already saved the world once from destruction. Any second act can only disappoint.
That was a neat little moment there as the door closed.
From rags to riches, top of her class, blah, blah, blah.
It's a manufactured.
Just tell me what you found on her.
Nancy Gao was accepted into the apprentice lottery on her first try. 1 week after she applied.
Which is impossible.
Former Secretary of Education, Javid, formally requesting that her application be given special consideration.
Ah.
She jumped the line. She cheated.
Tell everybody that.
Leak it. Discreetly.
Yeah, this is politics, everybody. Listen, I appreciate what Nancy did there, you know, to get herself out of basic and everything. Absolutely. But the problem is when you rise to a level of being in the public eye, the higher you get in politics, the shallower your closets of skeletons get. Oh. Bobby, they are going to absolutely fucking frame you. I mean, half the people of Mars think you're a traitor. Oh, fuck. Hate this shit. Man, we should have taken Bobby. Or is she looking for what they want? Way to go, Bobby. Light beam encryption module 7G. Light beam encryption. Okay, so for communications. We know that Mars has great tech, but... Huh.
Okay, I've got the epicenter. I'll send the coordinates.
It's still so weird to see them like on a planet, you know, instead of in space or a station or. with sky. I think the sky is what, it's not even the ground, it's the sky that like flips me out. Man, the way they dress these sets, everybody, holy smokes. You got image recognition software in there? That's interesting. Can you tag them? Belters. So the detective is working with belters. Huh. She could kill everybody in a 1 mile area with that.
Swelling on my leg's gone down faster than you said it would. Brace needs adjusting.
Must be a quick killer.
This guy plays killer really well, friends. I believe him. I believe that if we get down to it between him and Amos, it's a jump ball.
Well, I never got a chance to thank you for all your help at the crash site. You got there fast.
What's the implication? I don't like this. Being alone with this guy, it's like being alone with a rabid animal that's very intelligent.
They trust you. Take you into their confidence.
I'm a med tech, not a priest.
Yeah, he's listening. He's got it all.
Come back if you want it adjusted again.
Even his smile seemed like it was deployed.
I don't want any more violence.
That's a lie.
Just the truth and a peaceful resolution.
You want to know what happened to your ship?
Like you were with the man you shot?
Belters, you always play the victim.
Well, we've had a lot of practice.
That's right.
That doesn't give you the right to play judge, jury, and executioner. Not what
Naomi, careful.
we're gonna get away.
Oh no.
Guys, do you see this?
Is that protomolecule? Oh shit. I thought I saw something blue in that smoke. Oh my god, it's spiraling up. Oh my god.
Bobby, okay? Home.
Okay, just stay there and keep the door locked. I'll be back soon.
What do you want, dickhead?
Why didn't you just tell me you'd let him go?
I wanted to see how far I could push you before you shipped me.
Just to let you know, not much farther.
After what they did to you.
Nah, don't try this psychology horse shit. You don't do what you did and then have a moral ground to stand on.
A lot more people like you.
Take your fucking false fucking commandments. Get the fuck out of here, man. Horse shit. All of a sudden, he's a good guy. Doing it for the, love of the game. Fuck you, man.
Ash and I set up behind their module.
They're gonna kill
On
you.
my signal, Killen and Enzo open fire from the front.
You're all dead.
What about Lucia? You say she in on these.
Yeah. She with us. Whether she thinks so or no.
Yeah, I do love the Belters. I mean, I sympathize with them the most, I think. And Mars, it's Earth, I can't stand.
A few days after we landed, a dozen people from the Barb collapsed. We realized their bodies had not responded to the gravity drugs.
Yeah, she's seen this before, Naomi.
Two of ours who said the same thing were put into recycler less than a day later.
Naomi, you're gonna either have to go back up into orbit or...
That thing is chewing up us.
Is it growing as it spins up?
If it continues on its current course, it's gonna clip the edge of the settlement. They're gonna get flattened.
Oh, it's traveling.
This might be a good time to talk to Miller.
We can't trust a fucking word he says anymore, but sure, let's talk to him. Dr. Okoye is gonna be in for an interesting moment. Oh my god, I gotta get that sweatshirt. Friends, I gotta get that sweatshirt.
Linking to the Ross's fire controls. We're gonna drop a torpedo on that thing. Conventional warhead.
What? We are witnessing something that human beings have never seen before.
Oh, we've seen it. We've seen it.
We could evacuate.
And in the meantime, that thing could speed up, change course, do something else we can't even imagine, and then we'd be out of options. We can't take that chance. All right, torpedoes ready. Fire.
Yeah, fuck it, man. Mertry's, you thought his got hard whenever he shot that person. He sees that flying around. Watch it. Stop it. Did abso-fucking-lutely nothing. Never mind. Okay.
The fuck
Okay.
that?
Mercury was on his way somewhere, everybody. Yep.
Get out! Get out now!
They're gonna kill you as soon as you come out. Smoking you out, everybody. What is your mission? What are your mission parameters here, Mercury? I cannot imagine that Christian authorized full execution of these people, which is what you're fucking doing.
I hope that answers your question.
Woo, friends. Big woo. Biggest of woos. All right, everybody. We just got done watching The Expanse, Season 4, Episode 3, Subduction. And the only thing left to do is to talk about it. All right, everybody. We just got done watching The Expanse, Season 4, Episode 3, Subduction. Okay, so the biggest, I guess the widest problem that we have right now is what's going on with planet side, what's going on in the planet. You know, ever since Holden, you know, unfortunately led astray by Miller, activated this thing, we see these additional lightning strikes. We see this, another one of those, almost like those fangs coming up out of the ground made of what looks like active proto-molecule. A construct very similar to the construction of like the exterior of the ring and that type of stuff. You know, that kind of like that half inert, half glowing proto-molecule. It's not great, friends, because that means that obviously it exists on the planet. I mean, there's so many terrible things that could happen here. I mean, I think we have to look at it like this. It's like, what can, there's some things that our crew's going to be able to affect change with, and there's things that they're just not going to have the ability to do so. Unfortunately, I think they sent, there's a chain of events that was established as soon as Miller convinced Holden to activate that structure. As soon as it went online, you know, it basically started to reconfigure itself, and, you know, Holden just barely made it out with Alex's help. The problem with it is I don't think you can turn that off now. I don't, and if you can, if there was a way to do it, I don't think Miller's going to tell you how to do that, because that obviously doesn't help him or help whatever the fuck he is. So now we have this in play where we have basically a death planet for all the, you know, all intents and purposes, where Illis was, you know, the hope and promise, mining the lithium. Now you've got to basically worry about how long you're going to be able to live there, how long you're going to be able to survive, because it's targeting the settlement. The lightning strikes went right through the settlement. You know, the spinny fucking thing they said was moving right to it, going to clip the edge of the settlement, I think they said. So, I mean, that's too coincidental. It definitely looks like, at the very least, it appears to be attacking the settlement. Maybe that's a better way to put it. And if that's the case, there's really nothing you can do at this point. I mean, the shooting that thing and blowing it up, you don't know what that caused. You don't know what kind of, we've seen what happens when this type of tech, like the what they call the builders, capital B builders, when the builders tech gets threatened, it responds in kind. And so I can't imagine that this tech is any different than the tech of the ring or the station, that when perceiving a threat, it's going to have kind of built-in responses. We haven't seen any indication that this type of tech doesn't have that type of stuff. So we can only assume that this is the tip of the iceberg. This is the beginning of whatever retaliatory, you know, however the tech on the planet defines the human population. You know, that's how it's going to respond. It's a pest, it'll take it out. It's a threat, it'll kill, you know what I mean? It just depends on, we don't know. We have no idea. There's just not enough information about possible responses from this builder's tech. We haven't seen it in play, especially like in Atmo. We haven't seen it. So we have to turn our attention to what our crew might be able to change and might be able to guide or help. And right now, that's the situation that's always, it's a constant in The Expanse, and that's this side versus that side. Doesn't matter which side you're on, if you are around the theater of where these types of conflicts take place, this side or that side doesn't amount to a hill of beans, because they're going to be attacking one another. We saw that with Earth and Mars. We saw that with the Belters and just about everybody else. We saw that with the Belters inside the Belters, when factions would fight one another, whether it be Anderson Dawes or Fred Johnson, not liking this or not liking that. You know, so it's a running it's a running constant for the Expanse that there's always going to be some type of societal conflict, you know, where it's Mars or whatever it is. There's such a nationalism, you know, that's always present between, you know, whether it's UN forces or the Martians. So now we have a defined UN versus the Belters here on this foreign planet. Mercury's got the upper hand across the board. He's got soldiers on the ground that are armed. He's got better weapons. The Belters have literally no chance, especially with his apparent, you know, communication spy network he has up, where he can hear anything outside, see them. You know, he's got the whole place wired, which I find crazy that he's got this like up and running, almost like a spy kit. The way that I look at Mercury is I look at him as kind of a hybrid between like Kodiar, who was really, really good, and somebody that is more, not that Kodiar wasn't, but like somebody that is more physically or like weapons oriented. Like he can back it up. He can walk the walk because he can talk the talk and all of that stuff. You know, I think Amos has his number to the, you know, thousandth decimal point. Like he has him pegged. He knows it. He knows what he is. He knows how he's going to act. He'll know his responses. You know, of the threat assessment that Amos Burton is constantly deploying in the arena around him, he's identified the final boss of this video game, and that's Mercury, at least on the ground. And so, you know, you don't, if you're a storyteller, you don't set up those exchanges that we had between Amos and Mercury without there being a payoff at some point. There's very much a Western feel to this season, so far, to the season of The Expanse. It's got, you know, obviously the locale kind of lends itself to the Old West. You know, you've got the sand and the dust and, you know, the small settlements, you know, some type of, you know, silver ore town or gold town or, you know, tin mining or whatever would happen to be, you know, just some little bit of civilization in the middle of nowhere for the specific purpose of mining now, with this being the lithium, you know, so it's a lithium rush or whatever. So with that Western feel in place, you've got like the black hats and the white hats. You know, you've got the good guys and the bad guys, at least is the way that the narrator wants us to perceive them. In this moment, you know, this town's not big enough for the both of us. That's Amos and Mercury right now. You know, they're feeling each other out. And at some point, they're going to be standing in the middle of that street, that main walkway, tumbleweed blowing through them at high noon, and it's going to be game on at that point. Now, with that being said, you know, Amos is my guy. We've seen Amos in action. Amos is an incredible fighter. He's a killer. He's very efficient. You know, he doesn't get mixed up in the emotions of the moment. He doesn't, you know, doesn't feel fear. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't, but again, you know, that take the good, you take the bad, doesn't have compassion or empathy for a lot of the things. I think he's moved closer to the middle in that, but he's still very, very far on the, you know, impassive killer spectrum. But I'm worried. I think that Mercury is a formidable combatant. Not only that, he is a formidable tactician in that, you know, he's the one that addressed Amos. You know, he identified Amos too. We can't forget that as much as Amos has his number, Mercury has Amos's number. And at this point, these are the words. This is the feigned diplomacy before large scale war. They know they're going to fight. They fucking know it's coming. They know there's no way around it. They're the two biggest bullies on the block. At some point, we have to find out who's tougher. And they both know it. So now it's a dance. We'll dance a little bit, you know, we'll see, you know, Mercury threw out veiled threats, you know, oh, well, your crew, you know, bad things could happen to your crew. Amos didn't bite on that, you know, fuck you, dude, you know, we can go now. The problem is that as kind of straightforward as Amos is, he's giving quite a bit of information to Mercury. You know what I mean? Amos, there was an interesting conversation from the very first episode of this season when Amos was talking to Clarissa via the video link. He was telling her how to live. You know, take everything that they give you, and you give them nothing back in return. Obviously, those are rules, a rule that Amos Burton lives by. I made a joke, I think, that I said, you know, he doesn't need 10 commandments, he's got one. The problem is, with somebody like Murtry, I don't think it's working. You know, Amos might be able to, you know, not give anything to normal populace, to normal civilians, or even like Jim and people like that, and they don't pick up on it. Not even Naomi would pick up on it. Another killer? Somebody that reads the world the same way as Amos? I think Amos gave Murtry a little bit. Just as Amos was kind of like, oh, let's go right now, you know, kind of calling him out. I think that was all planned too by Murtry. Murtry didn't seem very upset by the way that conversation was going. In fact, you know, as impassive as he was, it seemed like it was going exactly the way he thought it was. And now back on Earth, they're setting up what's going to be, I guess, our first political campaign where we've got Chris Jen versus Nancy Gao. We'll see, friends. You know, the hero of Earth should win like that. She literally stayed on Earth when everybody else ran. She made sure that it was brought back up. She's got the PR of, I mean, her story should trump anything that comes up this way. It should be the winning hand of any poker game, political or otherwise. The problem is 1,300 empty worlds ripe for the picking, and a population on Earth that is desperate to do something with their lives, to make money, to be able to make a better world for themselves that have been, we've seen that when Bobby was wandering around through the streets and she saw the people that we were either on assistance or weren't on anything. You know, they were complete, like the forgotten. It's going to be an interesting way to see how Chris Jen plays this, because traditional politics might not work. Nancy seems to be smart but not experienced. She also knows Chris Jen. So in a way, I almost think that when we found out about her inclusion into the lottery and her rapid advancement via this kind of, you know, nod, you know, nudge, wink, wink by this former secretary of education, that could easily have been a plant too, to see if Chris Jen would find it and bite on it without maybe researching it enough. Nancy knows how she operates. And so if she kind of put that worm on the hook and Chris Jen bites it, we've got problems, because that'll play into Nancy and it'll sour Chris Jen's image from the very jump of the political campaign. But I'm getting ahead of myself. It might actually be good intel that she's able to, you know, kind of exploit, but we'll see, friends. We'll see. I'm not real sure about how that's going to play out. It's sort of seems like they're setting Chris Jen up for a power fall, but we'll see. We'll see. Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted next time we go live with The Expanse or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to the Patreon is in the description, my friends. But all that is then, and this is now. And now it's time to say goodbye, but where do we say goodbye from? Well, friends, I think we say goodbye from the settlement, only this time, maybe we go forward in time a little bit. It's high noon. There's a dusty street in front of us. It's empty for some reason, as if the entire town knows that something eventful and dangerous is going to happen. Oh, there goes a tumbleweed. I wonder what happens next. Until we find out, friends, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.